close that door.
Okay.
3, 2.
Nah, leave it open. There's always room for more.
Hey, welcome back to the Divinity Podcast. I'm your host, Divinity, the Pod MC. Now, this Sunday, I just kind of want to take my time with this episode. But before I get into that episode, you know I always got to revert back, right? Now, Season 1, Episode 14 was labeled and entitled, Everyone's Been a Fool Before. And in that episode, we talked about us growing from the fool and the definition of a fool, right? So we said one part of it was the fool, unknowing, naive to some facts. Because you think the world is good and you want to put the good in the world, but the world hasn't been good to you. And every time you fall for the same old thing. So, fool me once, shame on you, right? Fool me twice, I definitely can't put the blame on you, right? And then we also said the definition of a fool was a jokester, also considered the jester, and the jester was the entertainment for the queen and the king, also known as the joker. And off the time, the person that jokes around is underestimated. But when you're playing a card game that's labeled by the name of spades, what's the most powerful card in the deck? Joker, right? So even he is a fool. But he comes back around. If you underestimate him, better know that's your time for you to let it go. And you better really know that when the Joker come around, he gonna get you and you will feel it. Yeah. I'm just playing around, y'all, but you get what I'm saying. The Joker is the most evilest villain in Batman, one of my favorite cartoons growing up, right? It's like they had an obsession with each other. But the Joker always found his way on top. And that's what I was reminding you, that even though you were once a fool, you can become quite powerful. So don't let anybody underestimate you, because the underestimated always has the advantage. They already expecting you to fail. So when you come out on top, they be like, oh, how you do that? It's magic, baby. Call it melanin. So now fast forward, we in Season 2, Episode 14. And I'm going to talk about respect, because the episode is entitled 1-4 Respect. Get it? 14, 1-4. Y'all don't be giving me nothing. They're always so hard. Y'all tough critics. But it's 1 for respect. And I want to talk about the word respect because a lot of y'all just be coming crazy, right? First scenario. And this is one that I really, really can't stand. I respect myself so much that I love my privacy. So when I'm doing something, I don't feel the need to pull out my phone and take pictures and videos and go live, because that's just not where I am at in life. Now, don't get me wrong. I was once there, but it was when I didn't know who I was and I needed the attention for it. But now that I know, my privacy is very important. Because when people don't know what you're doing, who you're doing it with, where you're going, you know, that keeps it sacred. So it's a pet peeve of mine when people know that I'm this way, right? And I respect the fact that I'm sharing my space with another human being, so my phone is put away. Thank you for making time with me, because time is of the essence, and I don't have a lot of it to waste. Because I don't know how long I'm going to be here, so I'm going to share my time with you. So it's very disrespectful when you pull your phone out, unless your profession calls for it. If you're a doctor, you know, you get a page, one of your patients is gone in cardiac arrest. I understand that. You an EMT, you a cop, you do, whatever it is that you do that you need your phone for, shit, even a hustler, you got to go make your money too. But if I'm spending time with you, please respect the fact that I'm very private and I don't need a camera in my face on Snapchat posting everything that I'm doing on live. I want to enjoy my meal and be present. And people have a real problem when you tell them that. And it's okay because, like I said, I'm not for everybody. My cup of tea tastes different for everybody. You either going to take it while it's hot or you can drink it while it's cold, but eventually you going to get it. So that's one thing about me. I respect my time. I respect my presence. So I appreciate when I'm amongst people and they're not constantly in their phones. Like, oh yeah, we here, we stunting, we balling, but you ain't pay your rent. Let me be nice. I'm gonna be nice. So that is one thing. I don't understand how people get mad at you because you're telling them, excuse me, I really don't want my picture taken. I don't want to be in your video. For God's sakes, just recently, Shorty was at football practice, and I get it, it's a proud moment, little Shorty. He like 8 years old, this little boy trying to kick it with the 14-year-olds, and he's keeping up with him. He's keeping up with it. And I get it, you a proud father, but did you ask the other parents if it was okay for you to record their children while they're at practice where they go to school? See, this is why I say y'all set yourself up for this, posting your location. No respect. So when you have respect for yourself, it's just certain things that you can get with and certain things that you don't. But I digress on that aspect of it. Another reason I entitled this one for respect is because, let me see, how can I put this? When you respect yourself, you set a tone, right? You create this boundary on how people are going to approach you, how they will approach you, how they are going to ask you certain things. Because if people respect you, they got to think twice before asking you something or doing something crazy, right? So now that you respect yourself a whole lot more, you setting boundaries, okay? And you holding people accountable, but they call it pressure. Oh, you pressuring me. That's funny. Because I see things that you don't see, but that's the job of a good friend, I was told. And somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mind being corrected, but please, watch your tone. Don't belittle me. Because just like you didn't know everything when you started on this journey, I don't either, so I'm learning. But I will tell you about yourself. So as a good friend, it's my job to hold you accountable. And you can Harlem shake through that. But are you using that as an excuse to stay the same? Did you ever stop to think that people see more in you than you see in yourself? So it's respect. If I respect myself, it's only right that I want you to respect yourself and stop using the excuses to keep you down, stagnate your growth. You want to float, and I want to row my boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay? So that's another aspect of the word respect. Now, most recently, another thing that comes to mind is when I'm picking my shorty up from school. I want to know, have parents lost touch with their children that these kids are out here yelling and cursing at teachers, at principals, and I get it, some of them, they might deserve it. Okay? I understand that some teachers just don't get it. They come and collect their paycheck. They don't really give a damn about your kid. But come on, the ones that do, the ones that is invested in their career, and your kid walking around saying every type of curse word that there is. Now, out of frustration, I understand. Because, I want to share this. My shorty was at football practice, and he was like, oh, fuck. And he caught himself, because I believe he was aware that I was there. And it was so dope that he was so honest with me. When I asked him, I said, well, do you curse when I'm not around? He said, I'm not going to lie to you. I do, mommy, but I'm going to do better. So, respect. What are you drilling in these children that they don't see fit to have respect for an elder, especially one that's giving them respect? Hey, young man. Hey, young woman. Hey, you talk to your mother with that mouth? You call yourself a lady with that mouth? Talking to a young man like that, or you letting him talk to you like that? Ooh. So I'm one for respect. I didn't forget the aspect of it. I didn't forget the principles of life, scruples. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. It's just that we've lost touch with humility. We so caught up in I want to impress all these people that I feel the need to go live. When you don't even know the person that's around you, maybe they just want to enjoy you, but you always want to post everything to prove something to people that could give two damns about you. And maybe respecting someone and having that respect for them. Because wait, let me go back, because like I tell other people, you can care for a person and not respect them. Okay, let's not get that messed up. So when you are trying to hold someone accountable, they might consider it pressure, but because you have such admiration and respect for that person, you want to see them grow. So it's natural that you just kind of call them out or check them, you know. And that's okay, because I embrace that. I welcome that, but I can't expect that from everybody. But these are just things that I want to drill into your head and kind of pull you back down to earth a little bit. Get out of that phone. Do you ever think about doing a cleanse, a social media cleanse? Because it seems to me that we are addicted to a machine. Like, it's just something that really bothers me, and you can hear it. But anyway, my job, well, that's to feed you. And how you digest it, well, that's very personal. Emphasis on the personal. But as for me, and as for mine, it's always forward. Hey, forward always. Hey, episode 14. I'm one for respect. And if you really know me, I'm going to give you the same respect you give. And if you can't get with it, then you live. And then you go on and get the key, because those my engineers, and y'all ain't even catch it. Peace.